Hey all my smell good friends. I hope everyone's doing fantastic out there today. So what I have going on here today is a small haul from the Pharmacist's daughter. And because it was a small haul, I actually had an RTS that I received shortly just before I got this haul. I decided to combine them. So it's still relatively small. This should be a pretty short, sweet video, but I thought I would share it. This haul actually arises from the September pre-order. Yeah, September pre-order. And then the RTS that they would have held relatively close to about the same time that would have came from the August pre-order. The extras from the August pre-order, which, by the way, spoiler alert, I went in late. I didn't see the original message, and you know what happens when you go into an RTS late. Things are picked over. But I still picked up a few goodies, and if you're interested in seeing what I picked up in these two orders, stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so I've got the two pups here. Something has been squeaking, and I thought it was my clock, like the hand on my clock. And so it has Domino barking. I took the clock down. It's not the clock. I kind of moved, you know, like shuffled some things around on my, what's it called? It's not a coffee table. It's like a elongated ottoman in front of me. So it's kind of like, you know, it plays the part of a coffee table, but it kind of has storage in it. I shuffled some things around on there, and I don't hear it anymore. But I have no clue what would have been on there that would be squeaking. It just doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, in case it starts up again, you may hear Domino bark. I may jump out of my skin because his bark is loud and deep. Yeah, he barks like a much larger dog. All my Cockers have. That's one thing I've always liked about the Cocker Spaniel is even though it's kind of a medium-sized dog, it sounds like a larger dog. And so, you know, it makes you feel a little bit more secure. So I've always appreciated that about my Cockers. But I have Jersey over to the side. And I don't think she notices it, or it doesn't bother her at least. But just so you know, there may be a bark. But I'm not hearing it, so maybe it's resolved. I don't know if I'll ever find out what it was. But moving on. The first thing in my box was a card from Kim and Ansley, who are the owners of the Pharmacist's daughter. Actually, we'll go with that side first. That's the thank you, and that's a picture of mom and daughter. And she puts a date on here that says the next restock is scheduled for 11/21. I'm not sure if that's actually a restock date or pre-order date. I think there was a post on the Facebook group today, and I probably will not have this video up for a couple of weeks because I have so many videos waiting to be edited. So this date will probably have come and gone, but I just don't know if this is the date of her pre-order or her RTS. But I always say anyway, if you're keeping an eye on certain restocks or pre-order dates, always check Facebook group pages because that is going to be the most up-to-date information. And then on the back, like I originally showed you, is just, you know, information about their melts and all their social media stuff. So there's that. I guess I'll start with the RTS first. I picked up 6 souffles. There were a couple of scents that I wanted to go in for that were gone. I don't remember offhand exactly what they were, but I know that banana cake one. I don't remember the exact name, banana bread cake or something like that. I really wanted that. And so I don't need, maybe it wasn't even offered in the RTS, but if it was, it was gone. And I wanted that souffle one, the pumpkin souffle with the king cake. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't pay attention. It's probably better for me, but I really did want more of that because I mentioned in my last video for a Pharmacist's daughter haul that I've been wanting king cake so badly. I've requested it several times now and it has been poured, which is fine. You know, that happens. But the fact that she poured it with a pumpkin souffle made my heart happy, especially because I love pumpkin. And it smelled so good when I got it. So I'm so sad I missed it because if there had been lobes, I definitely would have picked up one. Although I'm trying to slow my roll on lobes. I'm kind of in the mentality where I just want to purchase, you know, the smaller shapes because I don't tend to reach for my lobes because I'm the type that wants to finish my wax. I don't want to put it back in my collection. And with a loaf, I'm going to have to put it back in my collection because I'm probably going to get tired of the scent before I melt it all. Or there's going to be a lot of melting the same scent. Well, it'll be the same thing. I'm going to get tired of it. I just don't reach for them as much. And I don't want to use like half my loaf just filling up a million warmers in my home just to get through it, when I really don't need to do that to scent my home, because it's just a waste. So while I have a lot of loaves in my collection right now, not as many loaves as smaller pieces, I'm going to try to stick to the smaller pieces, because it just, like when I get a souffle, this souffle does my whole open space. So that's all I need. So I'm going to stick to these. I may get tubs once in a while as well, because I do like the plastic cups they come in. But yeah, souffles are kind of perfect, and there's really no savings if you purchase the loaves from at least most of the vendors I purchased from. So yeah, I think I'm going to cool on the loaves, but I would have purchased several small pieces. Anyway, like I said, we'll start with the RTS first. I did manage to pick up a few that I really liked how they smelled. Disclaimer, I have not warmed them yet, and you know, sometimes when you warm something, you don't love it as much as you did when you smelled it in cold, and vice versa. But, you know, sometimes timing, you just got to work with what you have. So the first scent I picked up in the RTS, I think I mentioned I picked up 6 souffles. One is a repeat here. Repeat meaning I have more than one in this order. I picked up pumpkin spice coffee. And this is scent notes of coffee house, pumpkin creme brulee, toasted marshmallow, Celtic moon spice, and sugar cookie. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about these RTS items that I've already purchased before. And there's currently a video up talking about these scents, so I won't do that again. But this is just a great coffee blend. The Pharmacist daughter is known for their coffee blends, and they should be known for their coffee blends because they're fantastic. So that is pumpkin spice coffee. It was a repurchase from that first pre-order. This is also a repurchase. This is pumpkin batter. And if you watched my first video, you know that I kind of compared this to Scentsi's pumpkin roll. Not exact dupe, but it's definitely in that realm, and I really like how this smells. This is creamy pumpkin cake batter, cupcakes at Tiffany's, and zucchini bread. Now, you wouldn't think with the zucchini bread that would be the case. And I do actually pick up that zucchini bread, but this is such a nice creamy pumpkin bakery, and it definitely gives me pumpkin roll vibes from Scentsy. I'm not mad about that at all. Okay, so that's a new scent. We'll talk about that for a second. Halloween cookies. This is also a scent that I picked up in that prior order. So this has scent notes of pumpkin cookie crunch, vanilla bean, cinnamon, sugar, butter, vanilla, waffle cone. Yeah, I think I got these. Yeah, these were like, I think in the shapes. I think I went bigger. I think this was one of the scents, but Halloween cookies. It's possible, maybe not. Did I pick up Halloween cookies in the first one? I really don't remember. I want to say I did, so I won't talk about it again. But yeah, I think I did. I think all of these are previous purchases except for the one scent I just put aside. And the next one I picked up is the one I bought 2 of. This is Every Day is Halloween. So there's that. And this is, I did get this. Duh! So this is king cake and the pumpkin souffle. Why did I only get 2? Why did I only get 2? Yeah, so I was lucky enough to get it and get that one. So that was good news. I'm glad I was able to get that. So I got 2 more of those. I'm pretty sure I picked this up in shapes, but you know, I can't remember a thing. I filmed that video weeks ago, so I don't remember offhand. And then I'm pretty sure I did not pick this one up. This is Hollow Scream. And this is set notes of twisted peppermint, cuppy cake, marshmallow fluff, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. I'm pretty sure this was one on my radar, but I went hefty on that pre-order because there were so many good sounding fall and Halloween scents, and I had to have all the things, and I really couldn't have all the things, so I had to make some cuts. And I think this was one of them. I really wish it wasn't, because I would have liked to have gotten more of this. This is such a delicious, you get that. To me, Cupcakes at Tiffany's smells very marble cake to me. So you get like that vanilla chocolate cake. And then that peppermint. And it's just, you know, if you like things like peppermint sugar cookie from Bath & Body Works, it's that bakery type of gourmand peppermint. It's so good. You get a little bit of that chocolate going on, and it's, yeah, I would have liked to have more of that. But maybe I'll request it. Maybe I'll get lucky. So that's Hollow Scream. I think they're about due for a pre-order, so I think, what are we at? Over the 11th? Maybe we're not. I feel like it's usually towards the end of the month. Yeah, don't listen to me, guys. I don't know. I am having an off day today, and I'm just like, memory's bad. My thought train is bad. Yeah. Don't listen to me. Let's move on to the pre-order. So like I said, this was from the September pre-order. I went small because I had gone hefty on the August pre-order. And I still wanted to pick up some things. I do love the wax from the Pharmacist order. So I went through the list. A few things sounded really good. So I still wanted to pick up a few things. I just got all small sizes. I picked up a total of 6 soufflés. So I felt pretty good about that size order. It wasn't anything that was going to break the bank for me. And so I picked up a few things. First thing in my box was a sample, and this is a Warm and Cozy. And I have no idea what the scent notes are on this. Ooh. Ooh. You know, I was watching Natalie's video of her haul, and she mentioned that the bottom of her little scent cup had busted out. Now mine's not busted out, but it's definitely sticking to the wax. So, I will not try to take that out. Wow. Yeah, so Natalie from Jersey Shore Living was mentioning that this busted out. And it was because, you know, it was stuck to the bottom of her wax. In mine, you probably can't tell, but as I try to push it out, you can see that that's probably going to break because it's really stuck to the bottom of that wax. So, we won't do that. So this smells like a really warm and cozy scent. I feel like I get a gourmand note and I get like a coffee note. Maybe my mind's playing tricks on me because it's that kind of day. But I feel like I get coffee in here. And I get gourmand. I'm probably totally off, but I'll post the scent notes as I always do. It's funny because, you know, when you know what to look for, it's easier to pick up those scent notes. But when you don't know what you're looking for, you know, sometimes you get it wrong. I watch other people's video and I feel like they're like in the same boat as me. So I wish I had like, you know, I like if Harry Slacken smelled these, would he be able to tell exactly what's in them? Since he's the nose, the king of home fragrance. I mean, he's a creator of home fragrance. But would he know if he was just, maybe his scents, if you held up a candle to his nose, maybe he would recognize his scents. And I feel like I could do that with a variety of HomeWorks candles if I held them up to my nose, blindfolded. I could definitely pick out my favorites, I think. But I couldn't tell you scent notes. You know, I may say, oh, I smell apple. Like, I feel like apple is a pretty obvious one that's easy to pick up. I feel like coffee's easy to pick up, and I do feel like it's in that blend, but Palo, I feel like I tend to pick up Palo, but then sometimes I get it wrong and it's like sandalwood or something else. So, yeah. So the first blend I have is Hollow's Eve. And this has notes of crackling birch and pumpkin pecan waffles. I thought that just sounded warm and cozy, speaking of. That's weird. Why do I smell like I'm getting black licorice? All right, can I get that out without making a mess? It's a little crumbly. My last order came in like pristine condition, but this one's a little crumbly. And we've had much warmer weather here, so probably part of the reason. I don't know about you guys, but like you see I'm in a tank top right now. Yeah, it's, I'm filming this on November 11th, Veterans Day. It's going to be almost 80 out today. And quite frankly, I'm sick of it. Okay, so on the bottom, I'm definitely getting that pumpkin pecan waffles. Why do I? That is so strange. Now, these have been sitting for a little bit, so I feel like they have, you know, sat and nicely melted, so I don't know. It's the strangest thing. I should not be getting black licorice, so something's up with them. My nose, I'm sure. We'll see how that goes when I warm it, but that is crackling birch and pumpkin pecan waffles. So weird. So weird. Next, I have Autumn Outing. This has scent notes of pumpkin spice, apples, Fraser fir, cider, and sugar cookies. That sounds delicious. Whoa, that cider note is strong. Ooh. Ooh, it's pretty crumbly. Yeah, that cider note is very strong. I do get the apple, but I definitely get that cider. I get a little bit of tree, but honestly, that cider just takes over. I'm not really picking up a gourmand note from that sugar cookie. I'm not sure I'm getting pumpkin spice. Let me put it back in the bag and do a re-whiff. Okay, I'm starting to pick up a little bit of that sugar cookie. Oh, that cider is strong in this one. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. You gotta be a big cider oil fan for this one. The cider has like that, you know, fermenty quality where it kind of comes off a little bit vinegary-ish. So I don't know how I feel about this one. Maybe on warm, those other notes will come out, because I feel like if I could get a piece of all those notes, this would be perfection. So I will hold my judgment for when I warm it, but you know, personal set preference, it just may not be for me. But like I said, when I warm it, it may be fantastic. Eggnog custard latte. This has scent notes of old-fashioned eggnog, pumpkin pecan waffles, French custard, and French vanilla latte. Oh, that's nice. I really get that latte note, and it's nice because I like a nice creamy coffee. In fact, when I go to Starbucks, that's what I get. I get a latte. It could be an English breakfast tea latte, which is one of my favorites, but I do get a vanilla latte, so I can handle an espresso if it's very, very milk down with lots of milk. So venti, lots of milk. And sweetener, of course. This is nice. I definitely get that latte note first and foremost, and it definitely smells like a vanilla latte. I do pick up that creamy eggnog and a little bit of what I would say is kind of like a little bit of like a nutmeg spice. The pumpkin pecan waffles, if I didn't know pumpkin pecan waffles was in here, I couldn't tell you that's the note I was getting. I get a gourmand note, but I cannot specifically tell you that it's pumpkin pecan waffles. It's just a nice gourmand note like a waffle would be. So if you were not a fan of pumpkin pecan waffles, I think you would probably still like this because it's not very strong in this blend. That's eggnog custard latte. Sweet Fangs. I love that name. Zucchini bread, funnel cake, morning beignet, cinnamon sugar donuts, and sugar cookie. Kind of sounds similar to my king cake. That smells amazing. So the first thing I get, my nose picks up right away, that zucchini bread. But it's nice. Yeah, that's good. I pick up a little bit of that cinnamon from the cinnamon sugar donuts, and I definitely pick up the creaminess and that cookie note from the sugar cookie. The zucchini bread is definitely the star here, so I would say you have to like zucchini bread. I wouldn't say I can pick up funnel cake or morning beignet per se, but again, there's definitely that gourmand element here. And of course, zucchini bread as well. So there's a lot of gourmand going on in here, so no shortage there. And you guys know I love me a good gourmand, so I'm liking that. Sweet Things. I really love the name. Pumpkin Donut Coconut Crack. This is pumpkin sugar donuts, which is an oil that I really love. Coconut shortbread cookies, coconut cream pie, sugar cookie dough, and pie crust. Now, all the latter is coconut crack, the infamous coconut crack. And then she added pumpkin sugar donuts. That just sounds good. Yeah, that's good. So, again, the star here is that coconut crack. Oh my gosh, and her coconut crack is amazing. I think I've only had one blend with her coconut crack that I was not a huge fan of. I believe that was the blend that she blended it with zucchini bread. I don't know what it was about that one, but that was not a favorite. But everything else I have tried with her coconut crack, I have loved. This is going to be another. I do think this was a request from Summer Michelle. There was another pumpkin one that was in my last order. I want to say it was pumpkin souffle and coconut crack. That smelled amazing as well. That was in my last order, and that was another Facebook group member. I can't remember exactly who it was. She requested that, and they poured it. So that was amazing. But I think this was Summer Michelle, who's also here on YouTube. So I'll link her channel below. I'm pretty sure that was her request. It's a good one. And then, if I remember correctly, this is probably also Summer Michelle because I know she's a huge lavender fan. And I'm not really a lavender fan. Not very much so. So I don't know why I decided to get this. I think because I had the coconut crack. So I went for it. I have found that there are a select few lavender blends that I do like. But I tend to get lavender a lot, and I don't know why. So I've greatly cut back on that because I'm finding that I'm just not a huge fan of lavender. I feel like it's a very popular scent that most people do love, but I'm apparently not most people. But like I said, coconut crack, I had to try it. So sweet lavender, and then all those notes that I talked about earlier: coconut shortbread cookies, coconut cream pie, sugar cookie dough, and pie crust. Just coconut crack. Okay, so it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. And I think if you're a lavender fan, you're going to love it. Especially because I feel like it's very popular to have like lavender coconut milk, you know, scents like that. So lavender coconut is not anything new. But mixing it with that coconut crack, that brings it to a whole new level. Wow. Yeah, I've got a little Jersey snoring behind me, so I'm sure you're picking. I was editing the video the other day, and I could not believe how loud the snoring was coming up in the video. And I thought, these poor people that have earphones in, oh my gosh. So I apologize. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's cozy to you. Because, yeah, this little tiny thing, she throws some noise out that little nostril. So, she's something else. So yeah, I actually think I might like this. So how about that? A lavender blend for me. Lavender coconut crack. So if this was Summer Michelle, kudos to you. That's a great one. I will say I like the pumpkin one better, but that's just set preference. Because I'm not a huge lavender fan, but I actually think that smells good. So that'll do it. Short and sweet. I knew it would be. I hope you enjoyed this content today. If you did, I hope you will give me a thumbs up. If you enjoyed Jersey Snoring, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And I hope you'll come back. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and come back where I talk about all things home fragrance. I like to discuss hauls when I get them. I like to discuss wax empties, including candles and Scentsy wax. I'm a Scentsy consultant, so I do include Scentsy content on my channel. Yeah, if it's fragrancing my home, I like to talk about it, and I like to hear you talk about it. So comment below. Let me know if you picked up anything from the Pharmacist Daughter September pre-order. Let me know what your favorites are. I went kind of light, so yeah, let me hear from you. What did you get? Tell me all the good stuff. Is there anything I need to go into the RTS for when it goes up? Let me know. I'll talk to you later, guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye.